there are people who feel unsure and just don't have that kind of faith, like as you said, in their personal life, that they are actually going to meet their soulmate, or they're going to manifest the job of their dreams, or build a business that they're proud of. What would you say to someone who feels like they don't have that ability?
How about, okay, so I believe in micro manifesting, right? So I believe that it is, yes, I'm going to say this. If you had told me, like all years ago, like I first time with Hay House in 2005. So I'm going to go back 20 years. If you told me 20 years ago, I'd be where I am right now, I would have been, what? Like, I had never in a million years was even this my ambition. Like, that wasn't, I was like, I don't even know. Right. So I just kind of followed the crumbs into grandma's forest. And I did not believe, when I think of who I was back then, I don't think I could have seen this bigger. Like, it wasn't overnight. I think people think that you manifest these things overnight.
Yeah. That's what the secret did.
Well, the secret was a little distorted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I brought it up with Michael Beckwith, Dr. Michael, and he was like he didn't expect me to bring it up.
Well, I think it's good to bring it up, because I think that was an opportunity and an awakening that there is a relationship, but it was incomplete.
Yes.
And it was incomplete. And I think, gave people expectations that weren't realistic. I'm very realistic. I believed I'm going to work hard for the thing that I see. It's not, and when I say it comes to me easily and effortlessly, it means that I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to, in those 24 hours, easily and effortlessly been able to do my part. Because it's not just the universe delivering it to you like a FedEx giving it to you before 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Right? It's like you're co-creating.
Yeah.
So you want that big business. What are you willing to put into it?
Yeah.
Not just give it to me. So of course, you know what? I think the people who believe that they can't, they're right. You can't do it by yourself. You can't. You have to do it in one day at a time, one action at a time, one surrender at a time, in partnership with spirit or with the universe, trusting in synchronicity and working on your faith on a daily basis. It's not to fixate on some big, humongous dream. Like, the big dream is great. Then throw that out to the universe. What are you willing to do in the interim? Like, that's the thing. And people don't realize, nobody's telling them that. Like, I think that's the falsehood about this whole, the concept of manifestation. Like, I'll give you a really quick example. So we were looking for a condo because we're very isolated on our farm, and we're like, you know what, let's go back to the city for a little bit and see. And we kept getting turned down. And it was bizarre because we could afford it. I have the best credit. I've never been late on a payment. I'm neurotic about paying. I don't like to, I'm super honest when it comes to that. So never been late on taxes, never been late on it. So I have great credit. I have all of this stuff. And why did we? So I realized, after the fourth turn down, like, something's happening here. So I did a drawing based on my work in my book. And I said, okay, if this is not for me, make it really abundantly clear. So I will also ask to show me what's not mine. Show me what isn't. Take it away so I don't get attached to something that's not for me. Take it away. Give me a billboard. I don't like subtle. Right. So
make it loud and clear.
Neon, make it loud and, right. I was obsessed with this one area of the city because that's where my friends were. And I was like, well, all right then. So that day we had 3 more showings, and it was the one that was left in that area canceled on us on the way there. So I'm like, okay, universe, show me. So we went to a place that I didn't go. I'm like, I'm going there. I'm like, I had my, I don't know if I fit there, if this is right there, whatever. It's still under construction. Why would I want to go there? Yeah. Go in. I said, make it abundantly clear. The code to get into the unit was my address. Like a long number, that's my address. Right? Wow. And then it was 1111. And I was like, I said to my husband, I think this is for us. And it was just, sure, boom. That's kind of how it went. And it was exactly in the end of the day on my drawing. What I really wanted was to see the water, to be able to walk the dogs, to be with my husband, close enough to my friends. and it was smaller than it was what we could afford, right? And I was like, okay, it's smaller than what I wanted, but it's perfect for us, right? It was just right for us. So it was like, but at the end of the day, I had to turn it over. And I said to Mark, even, oh, I don't want to go there. And he goes, what? Let's just go. What do we got to lose? Let's just go look. And I'm like, oh, this. So it was so weird. So my point is that, you know, when you focus on something and it's not for you, you can ask for that. This was a very specific thing because you can manifest specific things. But the thing is that you always got to surrender. I was kind of pissed off. And I finally said, screw it. You know what? If this doesn't work out, let's stop this whole, maybe we're not even meant to go. I'm ready to let go. And then I got the thing.
Yeah.
Not I saw it, but how it was right for us. So you can manifest like that. And then there are other days it's just a flat out no.
Yeah. And how do you know that? How do you know something's
You know that when you see it, you know it.
Because how do you know that you should not continue persisting and trying again? Because some things take time to materialize in reality. So how do you know that this is a no, this road's blocked, I need to be looking
elsewhere? Your body tells you.
Your body tells you.
Your body is your instrument. That's why you have to work on stress and make sure your nervous system is in alignment, right? That's why it's so important to get the nervous system. That's why it's so hard where people are under such undue stress. They can't. It's like they get caught up in the vortex of governments and all this stuff that's going on in wars and things like that, where we
get
literally
disconnected, right? They can't tune in.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, and whatever is happening at them or to them, there's a bigger story we aren't privy to. But here, like when it's a long-term goal, you have to commit to that and chip away at it and still just have faith and stay curious. Because I've said I wanted to feel a certain way. And I actually ran after a career that didn't want me, even though I was really good and I had great critical acclaim and people didn't understand why it didn't go anywhere. But it was because Spirit said, you want to feel this way? Here it is. Here's how you're going to feel. That's not it, but we'll give it to you anyway. Because sometimes that'll happen too. But that was, you know how long that was? That was 20 years. 20. Wow. I got a record deal when I was 40. And I started chasing it when I was 20. Yeah. And I didn't even want it then. Right. So your body will tell you, and I didn't listen to my body.
Yeah. And is that why you came up with this new tool that you cover in your latest book, The Art of Manifesting, where you prescribe like simple drawing exercises that help the brain kind of make connections with spirit easier? Is that why?
This is doodle your destiny.
I mean, it's such a novel concept. When I read about it, I was like, wow, like
drawing is not novel, right? So you have other drawing techniques like Zentangle, which is a meditative drawing. You have Neurodoodle. You have the entire concept of the neuro arts, which is dance, sound, music, art.
I've heard about music.
Yeah, right. Art therapy, etc. You have Neurographica, which is created by a Russian professor. So there are many ways of using line art to shift the way you think and feel. No one has done it for manifestation, or no one has done it to communicate with the universe. It's been more a psychology thing. It's about your psychology. So what we did, I have a partner too, great, fabulous artist. I was in her membership and she taught many different versions of line art. One of them was the Russian version. And I just said to her, I'm doing something completely different. You want to see it? And it turned out we were both Reiki masters and we had all these things in common. I said, you want to do this? And she's like, yes. So I said, come help me on this because I've got this going. And it's so easy. Anybody can do it. I've tested it on 8-year-olds. I've done it. Like it's just the most amazing thing that anyone can do. There is no perfection and there's no hard and fast rules, but there are techniques. There's a technique that works in order to symbolize a relationship, a frequency that you have between you and the universe. So this is kind of a symbolic representation of how you communicate with the universe and how it communicates back with you. And the least thing that it will do is calm you down.
Yeah.